Alright, can we talk about this for a quick second? So, there's this third-person action horror game called Code Violet. It's basically set in the 25th century. It is said that mankind nearly survived a cataclysm that left Earth uninhabitable and in ruins, and basically Earth's last survivors and a colony known as Ion decided with their technology they're going to jump back in time, extract women, bring them to their base, and basically help prevent mankind's extinction. But everything goes awry, and then the main character, Violet Sinclair, she's been relocated in time herself, and now she's going through this whole world trying to basically survive, protect those she loves, and see if she can stop all the evil entities that are going on. Alright, fine, that's good and that's fun and all that stuff, and that's fine and dandy, that's cool. But there is a hilarious situation, or not hilarious, more so bizarre situation revolving around Code Violet. You see, when the game first initially launched or showed its reveal trailer, people had a genuine interest in it. They said, hey, this is pretty cool. I like the action. It's like a renaissance of Dino Crisis from the PlayStation 1. If, by the way, you've never played Dino Crisis, I highly recommend it. Fantastic game. I have no idea why Capcom hasn't brought it back. Y'all are really missing out on a remaster of Dino Crisis. But anyway, everyone had a lot of interest in the game, so people were asking the developer, Team Media Kill, a bunch of questions about it. They said, oh, this is cool. Is it coming to Xbox? They said no, unfortunately, it's going to be PlayStation exclusive. They said, alright, is it coming to, do you have any ideas or plans for a PC release down the road? But this is where things took a nasty turn. So, basically what happened was when people asked that same genuine innocent question, they said, hey, Team Media Kill, like we said, game's looking fire, or game's looking at least generally good, and it'd be a fun pick 'em up title to grab. And when they asked about that PC version, Team Media Kill said in a really almost bizarre response, they said, for those asking us about a PC version of Code Violet, the reason we are not bringing it to PC is we do not want anyone modding vulgar versions of the main characters as well as other characters in the game. We hold our voice actresses and actors with high regard, as well as our artistic vision for the game and story, and reject any form of destroying that with sexualized mods. Making a joke out of our art and possibly tarnishing the reputation of our voice actresses and actors is not worth the extra money we can make. Hold that thought. Huh? Cause, buddy, I honestly feel you're not in an exact position to be turning down additional revenue, especially with the way the gaming industry has been rife with mass layoffs and cancellations of various projects that were meant to be greenlit, but now developers and various studios had to pull back on. And needless to say, the backlash has not been the greatest. Team Media Kill actually had to come out again with another statement, basically to try to put out the fire that the first one regarding the PC port caused. They just basically said, we are not against PC gamers or the PC platform. We are not against modders and some of the fun mods they make, but we are 100% against pornographic mods, period. Which, in all honesty, I think it's fair. Remember, this is their game, and they want you to experience it a specific way that they've tailored to. Only thing is, I'm not gonna lie to you, it was a really weird stance to take. Because, like I said, when I think about it, it's almost like, is modding hurting games or not? Because a cool thing that could have happened with Code Violet was if people did mods of her turning her into Regina from Dino Crisis. That would have been a fun mod. Everybody would have had a blast with it. But since they're taking this stance saying, oh, we don't want you guys to make mods of them being sexy or whatever the case may be, again, I understand this is your game, this is your project, this is your baby, or whatever the case may be. But man, it's a weird stance because now a lot of gamers aren't messing with the project anymore. They're just like, what? Are you saying you're discriminating against me having creative freedom? Are you censoring me? Is that what your initial agenda is? Again, they had to make that follow-up statement, but that's how gamers are taking it. The like to dislike ratio on now the initial PlayStation release trailer of Code Violet is massively in the negatives. This was not the best hill for them to stake their flag on. They could have won about it in various different ways. Me personally, had it been me, I'm just speaking, I would have just said I would have ported it to PC so I can get that additional revenue, so I can continue to create more content. Boom, supply and demand, keep the business moving. But again, it's not my project. I'm just saying how I would have done it. This is how Team Code Violet went to go along with it. They just did not want any sexualized mods or anything like that. And I guess a lot of people do feel like, oh, now I'm being censored, and gamers don't really like that. They don't like when you censor stuff. They don't like when you take things out. They don't like when you're restricted or you can't do various things. Some people, it flies over their head because they're like, okay, I don't care. But for a game that's going to be $55.99 plus tax, you better believe people want to be able to get the most out of their experience when playing it. And if Team Code Violet says, guys, we don't want you doing this, you got to play it vanilla, okay, but bro, don't be upset when you realize that your revenue is in the negatives. Like, they've been fighting online, defending themselves for like the past 2 days now, and it's kind of disheartening to see because one tweet flipped this entire project. Because not only that, even when people generously ask out of curiosity, would there also be an Xbox port of sorts, they said no, PlayStation only. You're not getting on Xbox, you're not getting on PC, none of it, only this one platform. And the thing is, especially like I mentioned earlier, in this day and age, the idea of going exclusive is risky beans, man. I'm just saying, because like, look at PlayStation games dropping even on Steam, and look how the rumors of Xbox porting Halo to Nintendo. Trust me, everyone's trying to make revenue now more than ever in this industry, and you like metaphorically clutching your pearls might not be the best stance to take. Done customizations, maybe some map changes, that's the majority of what you'd be walking into. I'm not saying you wouldn't have that. Let's be honest here. It is what it is. Let's call the sky, let's call a fish. Like, legit, I'm not saying that it wouldn't happen, but I promise you, it would not have been the majority. And you would have just mostly been getting mods of various games that represent, that people reminded of when they see your characters. That's it. So that's the weird takeaway, and it's so bad because when I saw this, I said, oh my gosh, this is like a love letter to past Dino Crisis fans like myself. Like, I remember playing Dino Crisis when I was super little, and I thought it was a really fun game. I just thought this was really cool. Similar to like when you're young and you're not supposed to play Resident Evil, but you try it anyway just to see what's up, and you're having a blast with it. Alright, cool. But man, I honestly hope that things work out in their favor. I'm not really trying to 100% pray on their downfall. I'm just saying, like, know your audience. Essentially, know your audience, because now, if anything, people are going to stick their head in the sand or stand 10 toes down and say, well, now I'm not going to purchase your product because you tried to censor me, or you said my thoughts on gaming are bad or poisoned or whatever the case. And now Team Media Kill is still defending themselves online after what they said. And it's kind of wild to see, because even when you look at the game, it doesn't look 100% polished. Like you're not walking into like Doom level gameplay, Helldivers level gameplay, or anything like that, or like Space Marines 2 when it comes to third person action horror, or even Resident Evil 4 quality. You're walking into something that you can see almost like revolves around the era of like AA gaming, and it's not 100% polished. Like you're not, it's not a AAA experience, but it was never meant to be. So you're already like, buddy, like we're pretty sure you're not going to be walking away with tens of millions of dollars from the get-go. So you should at least be trying to cater to your audience, to grow this audience pool, to expand yourself. Like slapping your consumer's hand to say, no, you're wrong. That's not the best thing. Like, you guys can already tell I'm 100% against censorship in a lot of its forms. I stood down and defended Stellar Blade when it first dropped. I always defend against censorship, or against like saying you can't do this and that. Same thing when I defended against Dragon Quest. It's just one of my vices, because I always feel like it's not a good look. It never works out in favor of the developer. Always gets hurt. The consumer always gets disappointed, and ultimately nobody wins in a situation that could have been a lot better. But yeah, it really is what it is. Like, you got a lot of gamers in the comment section saying, so because of 0.01% of players in PC that mod their games, you're not launching a game for all gamers. Like, basically, odd stuff from a game developer. Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Like, basically, because you're worried about a minute small like pool of this community, you decide to tarnish you decided to poison the whole well. You just like one drop of poison. Nah, I gotta dash the whole thing out, which is still a weird stand. And you got other people saying like, well, please shut up. We all know this is a marketing stunt for an asset flip game. Thanks for letting me know, not buying your game. You understand that people will now make porn of your game to spite you, because like literally that's what's going to happen initially. And it's always funny whenever this happens, but it's not the first time this happens. People will do things out of spite because they feel like you're not welcoming them. And then you say, we are not against PC gamers or the PC platform. Basically, we're just painting you all with broad strokes as immoral and wrong, and you will never receive our game. I don't think I've ever seen a game developer alienate consumers for a conservative grip this hard before. Like, we get it. I understand Team Media Kill. I get what you're trying to do. I get what you're trying to come from. But this was not the right way to go about it. All you did was basically just hurt your company. But yeah, like I said, that is their right to do as a developer. If this is the route they want to take, this is what they believe is what's right, what's best for the company, what's best for them, even at the risk of losing revenue, at the risk of losing future customers, at the risk of losing good standing and good faith within the gaming community, like because this is essentially a PR massacre. Like, you did shoot yourself in the foot, and it is what it is now. You're just gonna say, ultimately, I did nothing wrong. I'm sticking to my morals. And people are now calling your game an asset flip, and like PlayStation, on the PlayStation YouTube channel, it's more dislikes than likes. Like, it's not a good look. But if this is the stance you want to take, I 100% encourage it. I don't know, because I'm not gonna tell you what you can and can't do, right? But anyway, yeah, this is my thoughts on it. Let me know what you guys think. I love having game discussions like this around like what is okay and if modding actually hurts games or if modding can actually improve games. I feel modding can actually improve games and improve players' experiences, but let me know what you guys think. Are you for what Team Code Violet is doing? Are you against what Team Code Violet is saying? I want to know, because I'm genuinely curious, because this was a weird, I've never seen this before. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, and as always, take care of yourselves, man, and I will talk to y'all later. Alright, I'm gone. See you.